Good morning to you once again, Des, and our viewers, and you can see coming to you live from Masanenge, housing a project where the president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, has arrived, and is accompanied by the chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, Sihle Zikalala, as some members of the provincial executive committee and the leadership here of this region. Of course, the president is here as part of the mobilization for the January 8th celebrations, which take place tomorrow across the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Celebrations are going to be held in all the regions of KwaZulu-Natal, and he's here today mobilizing for the ANC in the lower South Coast region. It is the fourth largest region of the ANC, and it's an area where the ANC enjoys incredible support. It has done well over the past couple of years, and again they're hoping that in this election they're only going to be mobilized not only for the upcoming events, but also, of course, as we know that the elections will be held this year, and the president will be speaking to the various communities, urging them to come out tomorrow and on Saturday for the election manifesto launch. This also is going to afford him that last minute opportunity to speak to the people of KwaZulu-Natal, to speak to the residents, particularly of this area. As you said earlier on, Des, that this is a new settlement. A lot of the people from here are coming from a nearby informal settlement, and for years, in fact, you understand that these houses behind him have were started to be built about 10 years ago, and it resulted in people being frustrated and then forcing themselves, forcefully taking over some of these homes. Yet they still don't have electricity, and they were hoping that today they'll be able to get an opportunity to speak to the president and express what some of their needs are for this community. Once he leaves, so we understand that while here he's going to be visiting one of the homes and speaking to the home owners. He's also then, most importantly, I think, as part of this program, he's going to be going to the informal settlement, where he will then be updating those residents there. There are some houses that have started to be built, and he will then possibly be telling them as to when, we understand, they might start to be moved here into those new houses, moving away from the informal settlement. He was just coming up here to where we are because it's actually the housing settlement is on the boundary of a golf course, and initially there was, we understand from the community, some issues between the residents on the side or living close to the golf course and those here not wanting this settlement to be built here. But after mediation and discussions between the local traditional leaders, the local government leaders, it was agreed upon that the settlement, Masanenge settlement, is going to be built. And if you possibly hear there now, people quite excited, as you possibly see in those visuals, people quite excited. They've been eagerly awaiting the president. We're speaking to them earlier on this morning, saying that they never thought that the president would be coming to the area. They've been neglected for many, many years, and today it's quite a joyous day that they'll be able to meet and interact with the president of the ANC and be able to put forth some of their grievances and some of the issues and the challenges that they are facing here in the communities. Just chatting to some of them, we see a number of young people here, Des, who are saying that yes, the houses have been built, but they are staying at home. Some of them unable to finish school due to various circumstances. Others saying that they are seeking jobs, and one of the issues that they want to raise with the president is with regards to youth unemployment, that the majority of them here are young people, and that they want the president to ensure that jobs are created for the community here. You probably see him now. We're moving to another house and now where he's going to be meeting with a family here. President of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, live in these pictures as he's entering one of the homesteads here in the Masanenge housing project. These are newly built houses, although the community say that they moved in recently after years of them living in squalor in a nearby informal settlement. I'm going to try and see that if we can get one of the leaders of the ANC and possibly just to chat with him as these visuals, as our visuals. All right, we're going to try and see. We do apologize. It is live TV. We're going to try and see if we can get into the home here.
So ningene nini la?
Singene last year ngabojo.
So kitchen, sitting room.
Kitchen, sitting room there. Ube kitchen lila qalana. Ube bathroom galana. Ube storeroom lesi. Bese ba ama bedrooms awu2 elamne lezingane.
All right.
Lapha upstairs.
Ni tedeleni nama tiles.
Yes, ngifakele thina ama tiles.
Wow.
Kwakuhle.
So naqasha umuntu wazomfaka amathaya. So ningene nini?
Last year ngoJune la kwawenza i-handover khona.
So benihlala phi kuqala benihlala ngale ngapha
Lapha ku-informal settlement.
informal settlement nahlala isikhathi esingakanani khona?
Seyahlala 5 years khona.
5 years.
Yes, ngasemaplayini.
Wasewapply then yakhupha igama lakho lakhuphuka.
Yes, la approve comrade.
Okay.
Sengitholile.
That's good. How many centimeters, how many square meters?
This is total of 48 square meters, but it's all stairs also takes up some of those.
Yeah.
The standard is 40.
Okay.
And there will be some standalone units in the project as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, but these are 48.
Okay. Kungcono kodwa kuyaphileka la.
Uyaphileka kakhulu ngizizwa ngisekhaya elifudumele. Amanzi asiwakhokheli. Usekhaya nje ngizibona nginekhaya ngohulumeni ka-ANC. Ngenze ngane ekhaya ngingenabo abazali. Ngizibona ngingayifili leya pheni ukuthi nginabazali.
That's very
Umndeni wami nginomndeni ngiphila kahle nomndeni wami.
Siyabonga. Sibonga futhi ukuthi ukwenza nama improvement kuyabonakala ukuthi kusekhaya impela. That's very good.
Yeah.
President, you want to see the 2 upstairs bedrooms quickly?
I do. So amanzi ashisayo akhona.
No, amanzi akababisa okanye.
Ugesi awukabili.
All right, we're still live at the Msenenge housing project where the president has just had an interaction with one of the homeowners saying that she lived in the informal settlement for 5 years before moving into this house, and she's saying she's quite happy the fact that she's moved into now a decent home and she lives here with her children and other members of the family. So the president is now being given an opportunity to also go upstairs, and upstairs is these are double-story homes, and the upstairs is the bedroom. He's with also the MEC of Human Settlement in KwaZulu-Natal, who's just taking him through this project, the number of people that have been moved into these homes, as well as also giving an update on the rest of the other homes that we spoke to, the fact that the project is not entirely completed. There is still a large section where the buildings or the structure is up, but it still has not yet been completed. So the president now inside, and he's just been given an opportunity to see the bedrooms and continue his engagement with this family. From here, he will then also be going to the informal settlement, and I guess this will give him that an opportunity now to see this type of these homes and what those that are still living in the informal settlement, what they can look forward to when they too are allocated into this new two-story flats here in Msenenge. Okay, I'm just going to quickly now grab and ask to speak to, he's the MEC for Transport and a PC member of the ANC, Mxolisi Kaunda. Thank you so much for chatting with us. Sweating is a busy day for yourselves as the ANC. President is here today assisting the province of KwaZulu-Natal mobilize for the very important day tomorrow, the birthday, 107th birthday of the ANC.
We are very happy that the president has arrived in the area, and the district we are talking about is number 2 when it comes to metric result in this province. They've performed very well. The municipality where we are in, Reinkonye municipality, they also scored within level 1. They became number 1 in the country in terms of delivery of houses in the country. So therefore the president is also conducting a Siyahlola program, but this is mainly the ANC program to mobilize communities and members of the ANC to join the rally on the 12th of January at Moses Mabhida Stadium. As you know, that we have the Fill Up Moses Mabhida Stadium campaign.
But also importantly, tomorrow all the regions will be hosting, there'll be the birthday celebrations. The president will be in Nanda, but in all the other 11 regions, the leaders of the ANC will be there as part of the birthday celebrations.
Yes, there are a series of activities in the whole province, and the NEC members of the ANC are deployed throughout the province to conduct mobilization, conducting blitz, as well as door-to-door and public meetings to address our masses on the importance of the day of the 107th anniversary of the African National Congress. And we are happy that people are responding positively and will fill Moses Mabhida Stadium into its capacity.
Just speaking about, you're talking about the response that you've been getting from the communities, and I know here in the South Coast, particularly the ANC has historically enjoyed a great deal amount of support within this area. You've been obviously wanting to grow in KwaZulu-Natal. I know there's been a lot of focus as well in areas up in the north that have previously not been the stronghold of the ANC. But what has been the reaction on the ground as your leaders, as yourselves, as you've been crisscrossing the province in the build-up to these events?
The mood is very positive, and people have responded through our door-to-door campaigns where they've registered on the list to be part of the buses that will be going to Durban. And what we've also experienced during the interaction is that people are emphasizing more on the ANC to become government and be given another mandate in this country, because they've observed, as you are observing here, the houses that have been built and the schools that have been built, the roads and all the infrastructure that has been put in the country and in the province. So people are saying the ANC has got their support, and we know this area is the majority support area of the ANC, is the stronghold of the ANC, and we are indeed going to get generate a lot of votes from this area. And people are very positive about participating in the ANC program, as well as ensuring that they'll vote for the ANC come next year, this year May's elections.
I can't let you go before asking. I know that there has been some challenges. You've admitted as leaders of the ANC that in certain regions there have been issues that you've been dealing with, and I know particularly here you've got a regional task team that is overseeing the running of the Lower South Coast region. Moses Mabhida is another one that has been challenging for you. What is the latest with regards to the discussions of trying to resolve some of the issues that have been affecting the party?
Building from the foundation of unity and renewal of our movement, the area is now stable, and all comrades are participating in the organizational program. There are no longer factional tendencies which seeks to disrupt the programs of the ANC. So therefore the mood is positive, and the structures of the movement, which the president is going to address in the evening today, is also going to be putting more emphasis on the unity and cohesion of our movement, especially building an ANC which is responsive to the needs and aspirations of our people. And that's where we are. And we are convinced and certain that the ANC in this region is going to deliver majority of votes for the ANC come May this year.
Please, Konda, thank you so much for your time. The ANC leader here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, just chatting to us. They've been working the ground over quite several months, garnering support for the ANC in the upcoming, well, firstly for the January 8th celebrations tomorrow, as well, of course, speaking about, most importantly, the ANC's manifesto, which will be held at the Moses Mabhida Stadium and is to be addressed by President of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa. The president now having his move, seeing another home. He's taking his time and interacting with the community, and it just looks like in one of the homes here, either somebody is moving into that home. But let me see if I can get one of the residents. Let me see if I can speak to one of the residents here. And this is the homeowner of the previous home where the president was in. So, this is someone.
Yebo sawubona.
Yebo. Asibonga kakhulu nje sisikhathi sakho. Mhlawumbe nizizwa ninjani namhlanje nokuvakashela umongameli?
Sizizwa sikhululeke kakhulu, sijabulile, sibona sibalekile futhi nakwindawo yakwaMasinenge ukuthi sino president onothando ngomphakathi awulidayo. Siyawubonga kakhulu kuba nohulumeni kuhola uhulumeni kaANC obathandayo abantu.
Sesingibonile indawo ekade niqhamuka kuyona ngale indawo le engayinhle kahle ngenomjondolo. Mhlawumbe ngicabanga impilo ibithanda ukubanzima, abantu abasakhona ngale nabo bayafisa ukuthi baze ngala.
Yebo, nendawo esuka kuyona emjondolo bekunzima kodwa bekuhlaleka, kodwa uhulumeni kaKhongolose uye wasebenza wazosakhela izindlu, and siyafisa ukuthi nalaba abasaseli lapha emjondolo abazohlala nabo izindlini bazwe lempilo esiyiphilayo. Sizizwa sinekhaya, sifudumele, sizibona sesinabazali nabe singenabo, sizibona nje sinomzalo ongu-ANC African National Congress.
Siyabonga kakhulu sis. All right, that was the home owner. She had a chance to meet with the president earlier, who went into her home, and she got the opportunity to take the president around and show him this new house. She'd lived in the informal settlement for about 5 years and then moving over here. And as she's saying that she hopes that those that remain in the informal settlement, many of them waiting eagerly to be able as well to be moved here to the housing project. I'm going to move a little bit more and see if we can get other people that we're going to speak to. This is quite an important day for this community. They're very, very excited that the president is here today. It's all about the community. These are the people that the ANC, that the president of the ANC has come to speak to. He's come to find out how they are living and get interactions with them and what they still want from the ANC, what they still want from the government. Now joining me is another resident. Baba sibonga kakhulu nje isikhathi sakho. Siqale ngokuzwa nje ukuthi ekseni sikhulume nawe ukhombisa injabulo enkulu ukuthi namhlanje nani nisibona nabantu nivakashelwe umongameli weANC.
Mandibonge kakhulu. Ekseni nje hayi sibe novuyo kakhulu uma kuthi utata wethu uyafika namhlanje, sinenjabulo kakhulu. Noma abantu ngathi ngakwase kuhlaleni abantu bebesidela, kodwa namhlanje sizibona singabantu kakhulu eliqanga basivakashela ngumongameli ubaba wethu simthanda kakhulu Baba Ramaphosa sizibona nje sikhululeke kakhulu nomuntu uMasinenge bemcekela phansi siyazi ukuthi namhlanje kodwa uyazi ukuthi uMasinenge kuhlala abantu abaphilayo ngoba uyazibonela ukuthi hayi umongameli bazingenele enkosi
ubuthe khona ubufisa na ukudlulisa kumongameli sike sakhuluma nabantu abasha bebekhala ukuthi imisebenzi ayikho wathi nawe khona ngokwekhalaza nazo njengamalungu omphakathi enizofisa ukuthi nikudlulise kumongameli
ya kukhona kunje ngombani ugesi asikabi nawo kweze house and then nomgwaqo waza ezinye izinto ziyenzeka kuhle kodwa nje siyakubonga kona sekuthole esikonda ukuthi nakhona kuseza akasisho ukuthi hayi sekuphele amandla sibonga kakhulu nje ukuthi hayi manje singafika sithola umbani nokuthi futhi uvuleleke abantu abethu bakwazi ukuthi bathole leyo matoho nyana abawasebenzayo singajabula kakhulu
ake ngibuza nje ngale kwalemgubho ezoba khona baba ye-ANC kuyiwo okhethweni mhlambe umuzwa wabantu bathina abantu njengoba nawe nje nilibuka kanjani ukhetho
hayi ukhetho silwi edukhethweni siyabuka ukuthi no edukhethweni kuzosetshenzwa ngakangoko ngoba apha nje ekuhlaleni siyathemba ukuthi abantu bazophuma ngakho ngamavoti wabo sikwazi nje ubana sonke siyovotelani ubaba wethu and then sikwazi ukuthi yonke into yethu ibe right manje ke nawo ANC wethu siyathanda ukuthi zikhona kona ingqinaba sibona ukuthi no lapha phezulu ziyafuna ukulungiswa like njengokuthi abantu baphethe bakwazi ukuthi uzongqabano zabo siyathemba ukuthi ke ubaba wethu uzosilungisela zonke lezo zinto zinjalo siyathemba ukuthi hayi zonke into zoba right.
All right, that was another resident. In fact, earlier on this morning when we arrived, he's the gentleman that we spoke to. He spoke about his excitement that the president was here, but also to say that there were still some concerns. He's just speaking that they don't have electricity as yet. The roads as well, they still travel on gravel roads. And he said while there is this excitement and anticipation of the elections, but of course there are still some issues and challenges as communities that they're facing on a daily basis, and they want to at least, if they get an opportunity to speak to the president, but they're hoping that when the ANC launches its manifesto that it will speak to the challenges that the communities are facing with regards to service delivery, but also importantly what we've been gathering from a lot of the young people here who are saying that today is a day when everybody is supposed to return to work, but on this particular day many of them are staying at home because they've been unable to finish school and they're unable to get jobs, and then those who have finished school have also been unable to get jobs. And this is one of the points that are quite of concern to the parents as well, but also to the youth of this area, to saying that they want to get jobs, and they're hoping that in the ANC's manifesto they are going to outline what the plans are for the economy and what the plans are for the ANC to create jobs. All right, we're going to move just a little bit back as well. Ask my colleague Tulani. We are still with the president of the ANC visiting the area of Masinenge. See, a lot of the young kids are also out here today, excited to get a glimpse of the president, and he's moving from house to house, interacting with some of the homeowners. People have recently moved into these new homes, and as the gentleman we spoke to earlier on saying that some had to force themselves into their homes after seeing them sitting for years. Some of the homes were vandalized, and the community then decided to move into some of these homes. Others, it's understood that there was a proper process of a launch, and people are moved into the homes that they had been allocated in. The president of the ANC today leading the campaign trail in KwaZulu-Natal. He's not alone, particularly here in the lower south coast. He's accompanied by the leadership of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. But we also know that the top six of the ANC, the Secretary General, Ace Makashula, he's up in the north in Pongolo. The Deputy President is in the area of Newcastle. The National Chairperson, Gwadamantash, he is out in Nkandla. All the leaders and the members of the ANC's NEC are out and about here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, mobilizing for tomorrow's events, which will be the January 8th celebrations. Tomorrow they're going to be held in the various regions of the ANC. The top 6 of the ANC has been deployed across the regions, and tomorrow the president will be in the area of Inanda at Ohlange, and that is where he will deliver the January 8th message tomorrow.
Do you really want to wrap with her, Johan?
President is now leaving the housing project. As we understand, will be making his way to the informal settlement. He did want to just see the housing project. As we understand, there's a group that is waiting for him at the informal settlement, and that is where he's going to give them an update. He's also with the MEC for Human Settlement, Ravi Pillay, in KwaZulu-Natal, who's giving him an update. As you possibly see, as the vehicles or the convoy leaves behind, these are the homes that have not yet been completed, that the rest of the community that is still living in the informal settlement have been waiting for quite a number of years to move into, and the president will be meeting with them shortly and will be giving them an update as to when the rest of the housing project is going to be concluded, and when the rest of the community who still now are living under very bad conditions in the informal settlement, when they will then move into these new houses. They're almost near complete. Community saying it's just a matter of piping, windows, and also, of course, this area where we are on the housing project that is almost 90% complete. They are still without electricity, and they have had, some of them said they have been able to tell or speak to the leaders of the ANC, and the promise was that they are working on bringing electricity or electrification of this section of the Msanenge housing project. But where the president is going, and we expect that is where he's going to face the tough questions from that community. Some saying they've been living there for over a decade. These houses also were started to build many years ago, and they want to find out what the delay has been. We're going to leave it there for now as we pack up from here and move to the informal settlement desert. We'll catch up with you on the other side and also get to speak to some of the residents on that side to get a sense of how they are living. They already told us, some of them, that the conditions there are not good at all. So I'm taking things back to studio now, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later.
Ayanda, just a quick last one. How meaningful are these conversations if they're so tightly timed? You said earlier that the president was taking his time, but from our point of view, it looked like it was just a quick one. All right, we seem to have lost Ayanda there, but we'll ask her that question when we cross to her again. She did say that the president is moving on to an informal settlement, and we'll bring you that as it happens. Now, the ANC top